Choppers a throwaway. Hustle the overweight. That's why they follow me, huh? They think I know the way. Cause I took control of things. Ballin' the solo way. And if you pattern my trend, I make you my protege. Slossin' that soldier race.
Hey everybody, this is Jason Matthews. Welcome to a new episode here on our YouTube channel. Right here, we're in the San Francisco Bay Area, and we're the tech hub of the universe. You know, we have companies like Amazon, Facebook, Twilio, the list goes on and on and on. And one thing they have to do, a lot of these companies, is find compensation for their employees that is hot, that is sexy, and is very competitive for a lot of their employees to have it. And if you're a techie, you hear this compensation all the time. And a lot of people who might not be in the tech space but not hear this. But if you're a tech person, this video is for you. So hit the thumbs up button. Today, we're going to talk about probably the number one compensation for techies besides their employment, their regular salary job, and healthcare. And what we're talking about is RSU, restricted stock units. Now, we hear a lot about different stock options out there, ESPPs, restricted stock options, but restricted stock units is a great way that a lot of employers are using to compensate their employees. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about what they are, how they work, and some strategies behind them. And with these strategies, remember to talk to your tax professional more about it. What restricted stock units is saying is the R is for restricted, which means they're restricted because you get them at a certain point. They might grant them to you, but they're fully vested, which means you have access to that money during a period of time. And the reason why companies do it restrictive is because they don't want to just hire you today, give you $1 million worth of shares, and the next day you leave. What restricted stock units do is gives them handcuffs and incentivize you for staying with them. So that's what RSUs are. Now, when you receive RSUs and they are vested, the money from them is counted as regular W-2 income. It's almost like a cash bonus, but it is a stock. So what you have is the grant date. That's the day that they give you the stocks. The vested date, which means the value of that stock is when you have full control of that money, and that's your vested date. So let's talk about how this works. Let's say that you was granted 20,000 shares, but they were vested over a 4-year period of time. So if you had 20,000 shares, you have year 1, 5,000 shares, year 2, 5,000, year 3, another 5,000, year 4, 5,000. You say great, and you would think automatically that the compensation is all the same, but it's not. Here's the reason why. Let's look at this. If year 1, you have 5,000 shares and it's additional $2 a share, that is $10,000 of compensation for you as a year as a regular W-2. Now, year 2, if we look at it, 5,000 times $4 a share, that's $20,000. So off top, you made more money because the stock has been going up, which means there's more compensation for you. Year 3, it is $8, and year 4 at the last one is $10 a share. As an example, times 5, that's 50 grand. We went from a $10,000 stock to now a $50,000 for the same amount of shares for every single year. Those 5,000 is based off not the number of shares, but the values. Now you have a couple things. Once you have those stocks vested, you could sell them, you could keep them if not. Now the value of the day that you do have them is considered W-2 income. Any other day after that you decide to sell those stocks, you're going to have to pay capital gains. And remember, if it's below 365 days, that is short-term capital gains, which is ordinary income taxes on any gains. And if it's over 365 days, you will pay long-term capital gains as well. Now, here's a couple of strategies you can do to minimize those taxes, or how do you pay those taxes. Now, I get a lot of techies who are having trouble because they get these RSUs, they have them, they vest it, they sell them, then they get the tax bill, they're like, whoa, I made $400,000, but I only made $100,000 in my pocket. So they're looking at different strategies they could do, or they just lost it and not expecting this huge tax bill. So here's a couple of things. One thing you could do is once you get your stocks from your employer, is ask them to give you an 83B tax form. What the 83B tax form is saying, I am willing to pay for the shares of these stocks today at this level. So let's say the stock's at $5, so you're back at was originally $1 a day in this example. You'll pay the stocks at $1 instead of the depreciation value. Now, what's the downfall of that? Let's say that stock, instead of being $1 and you thought it was going to go through the roof and make tons of money, dropped down by 50 cents, you paid extra taxes that you simply did not need to. So when you talk to your employer, your HR at these companies, and they give you these, and they grant you these stocks, ask for 83B. Another thing I would highly recommend to do is with these stocks, consider, if you're on this vesting period, you know your stocks might go up. One, look at charitable giving over a 5-year span, which you talk to your tax person about. Remember, we do not provide tax advice. We give you just strategies and ideas about. But oftentimes, you could pay taxes, you could give for 5 years, forward all those contributions, and now might be great on that year that just went through the roof, like we're seeing today in this hot stock market as well. Also, maximize your 401k plan is another one, especially if you're a W-2. And if you're really smart, this is the age where you have to start considering possibly starting a business. But if you guys have any other questions about RSUs, what you should do with the proceeds, if you should borrow money from a bank and get a loan, if you think the prices are going to appreciate, or sell the stock to pay the taxes, let us know. Give us a call, 510-229-7608, and email us. Put in your comments, what are your thoughts about RSUs and restricted stock options? And please let us know what type of things you'd like to learn more about. Have a great day.